also do have 5 others that are a lot smaller, and they are a little bit out of town, and they are mostly for people that lives a little bit further away from here, so that they also can be able to go to the library as often as anyone else, so you don't have to take the car to get here. We want the slogan for the library is that everyone should be able to walk to the library. Here we do have a lot of variety of books, as you can see, and we also do have this thing each week where we have like the books of the week, as we call it, and it's for different books each week, and they can differ from genre to genre. And if you want me to, I can tell you a little bit about the books for this week. And usually on Tuesdays at 6 o'clock, we have a little book club meeting, sort of, where we tell about the books and the authors of the books, and sometimes we've also had some of the authors here to sign and talk a little bit more about the specific book. It's quite popular, so it's good to be here in town. And a good thing that we see here is that we have a lot of both younger people, middle-aged people, and elderly people. So when we started this, I think it was 4 years ago, and at that time we had a little bit earlier on the day, around 4 o'clock, and then it was mostly people over 60 that came, actually. But then we moved the time and we advertised it a little, and it's been really good. Sometimes we've had whole classes here from schools nearby that come and have like a nighttime lecture. Sometimes it's been if they are going to read the book that we are announcing for the book of the week, and maybe or otherwise it's been that the teachers probably want the kids to listen to different authors. So it's been very good. Depending on what author it is and how famous the author is, it sometimes costs a little money, because sometimes we have to pay pretty much money to get the author here. It's usually around $20, so it's not that much money, but most of the time it's free, and it's always free the times when we don't have an author here. You do not need to sign up for it. You can come and go as you want to, and since you're new in town, it might be a good way for you to get to know some people. We have some people that come one time and never again, and we have had people showing up. I think we have 4 ladies that's been here with us for like almost every time over the past we have around 50 shares. Usually it's not that many showing up if we don't have a class coming in, but how many? Well, I'll say around 20, 25, something like that. And then of course, always more people when we have the others. So yeah, this is a pretty active library. I think that our 4 books per week thing that's really something that's good. You want to tell me? You want me to tell you about the books this year? Yeah, well, I have them here. First one is sort of a diary. It is called I Don't Want to Die, I Just Don't Want to Live. It's the Swedish author Librarian has been writing it, and it is really, really interesting. This is her actual diary, pretty much uncensored, and it was released 2008, and this was a few months after she had plans to commit suicide. She just disappeared, and her family didn't know where she was. She is in her late 30s, I think, and she has a husband and I think it is 3 or 4 kids. And no one knew that she was sick. She is a very famous Swedish teacher. She's teaching in I actually don't really remember, but she's also been very involved in Swedish church, and she's been studying theology. She's been quite popular in the Swedish morning shows and things like that, and talking a lot about grief and forgiveness, evil and goodness. She also has a book called A Little Book About Evil, but this one is actually about her, and well, she has mental illness, and no one knew about this except her family, of course. And after the suicide attempt, she decided to release her diary, which was very brave, if you ask me, and it was for everyone to understand what it is to live with a mental illness. So, and this book has been very, very popular, and I can definitely recommend it. It's actually one of my favorites. So, yeah, that is the first one. The second one is also a very popular book that is called Boundaries, and it's by Dr. Henry Cloud and Dr. Jan Tanset, and this is like a self-study book, and it is about when to say yes and when to say no and take control over your life. And well, the book is pretty much about that it is very important to put up boundaries in your life, and that you need to learn when it is time to say no, so that you're not stepping all over yourself, and also in what times when it's time to say yes, because we have times in our life where we want to say no, but it would be a better thing for ourselves and maybe for others if we said yes. But I'd say that it's mostly about the no part, and it's putting up boundaries. So I can also recommend this one. We have, I think, 10 copies of this one, and it's actually very popular, especially visit him, and the book is about her, but it's also very much about the women that she meets that have relationships who are mothers of these inmates, and this women doing time on the outside. It's such a good punchline because someone who is, or have someone close to them in prison, are also doing time, because even if they are not in prison, a big part of their life has been taken away from them, and it is just such a fascinating story. She meets this guy in a time in her life after she's been left by her husband, and she doesn't really know who she is anymore, and they become very, very close. So it's both about her story and then the stories of the women that she meets. If you want to, I can read the letter that she gets from whoever the guy is called. Just see if I can find it. Otherwise, maybe you'd like to borrow this book. Okay, so this is part of the letter that she got from the guy. So I'm sitting here in my concrete box, just looking out my tiny silver rubber window, amazed at what I see. Ashes falling from the afternoon sky in thick swirling flurries like snow, like dead grey skin falling from a finally giving in to the constant promising pleasure of the itch. And the television tells me that 32,000 fires are currently blazing across America. Oregon, 8 miles away, is not the only state burning, and the ashes just keeps falling, fluttering down from a steady, purpling sky. A flesh bruise growing darker right before my eyes. It clings to the stinging razor wire and piles up in drifts. It's the middle of the summer. I haven't seen the sun in weeks, and thousands of dead squids are washing ashore in California, littering the postcard beaches, disrupting the fantasy delusion that everything is all right. The newscaster said